Okay, so first things first, we are off to a good start here. The game will not allow me to go into a resolution above 1080p. Welcome back to episode 3 of MMOstalgia. This is a series where we go back and look at all of the different MMOs that have released over the course of the existence of the MMO genre, and we see how they're doing today in 2021. If you like the series and you want to stay up to date with it, or you want to stay up to date with all of the various MMO news that we push out, go down, click that subscribe button, join the community. Okay, the reason we are going to be covering this today is due to the fact that this is actually closing down this week. And I feel like this is going to be the only opportunity we get to ever capture footage of this game. There are various different faces that really don't provide anything different to one another. There are several different hairstyles available. I guess, you know, this is here in case I want to run around looking like Naruto. Honestly, there are more hairs here than there are in a lot of games. I'm genuinely surprised. I'm going to attempt to go for the most anime looking girl I possibly can. Use WSAD to move, R to automatically run, space to jump, look around, zoom in or out. Honestly, from what I can tell, the character models look great. With characters that look this good, I don't know why this game is shutting down. I mean, like, looking at the textures on the outfits, it is evident where the majority of the funding went. The running animations don't look bad. Okay, shift is to block. Right click is to use my ability. I want to note here that, oh my god. Okay, I want to note here, this game is a full action MMO. How do I dodge? Double click a direction. Okay, so admittedly, the combat itself feels a little bit clunky and definitely leaves a little bit to be desired, and I killed that in a couple slashes. I'm not gonna complain. I am very... Is she checking me out? I mean, okay. So the town looks interestingly modern, but at the same time,
hi there.
okay, looks like the little pink-haired girl is following me around as a companion. It looks as though once you leave the town, there are areas that are shared between other players. So this is definitely not an instanced MMO. Okay, it looks as though the areas have monsters, they have other players, but they lead to various different dungeons, I guess. This dungeon's for level 7. I'm level 4, I think. No, I'm level 5 now. So I feel like with the skill level that I possess, this shouldn't really be much of an issue for me. Honestly, the action combat isn't bad. It kind of lacks impact. I'm not sure if this is working as intended. It looks as though this is the boss room. Going into this very injured. The music is absolutely amazing for this. Looks like I can successfully block the boss's ability. Oh, well, not that one. Or that one. So that was my first dungeon. Honestly, the dungeon seemed to be completable solo, and it got me from level 3 all the way to level 11.
The next day.
Okay, so I may have continued leveling just a little bit all the way to level 21 without proceeding with the main story or anything. I realized that I actually have stat points over here that I can distribute into anything I want. Now, I also have a variety of different weapons now as well. I equipped the most powerful ones that I could find, and it looks as though they actually have durability, which is really, really irritating due to the fact that I've already broken 2 of my weapons. My third one is at 3 durability, and my last weapon has only 300 out of 800 left. Now, from what I Googled online, to repair my gear, I have to find this character. Which I have not found yet, so I'm gonna attempt to go recruit them now. It looks as though if you get a bad repair, the overall durability of your weapon decreases. I hate that in games. I actually genuinely loathe that in games, and for some reason she will not repair either of these weapons for whatever reason. The combat in this is interesting because, as you guys can see down the bottom, you have 3 different abilities that you can alternate between. Every weapon has their own unique selection of abilities that are connected to that weapon specifically. Now, every ability has its own individual cooldown. As you can see, even the same types of weapons have different abilities connected to them. It looks as though you have, up the top left here, a daily allotted energy limit. It does look like it's recovering. We got 5 seconds left on it. I'm guessing it'll go up by 1 to 48. Every 6 minutes you recover 1 energy. I really dislike stamina systems in games, but at the same time, at the very least, that one does recover at a steady rate. You know, thankfully, I can resurrect on the spot. I have 10 resurrects per dungeon, so if I happen to die, which I don't, but if I happen to die, then I have the option of continuing from where I left off. I like that there are open areas that you can see other players in, you can communicate with other players in. The UI is a little bit cluttered, especially with all these directional arrows telling you, oh my god, that guy has a giant nail in his head, right to his eye. Okay. I do think the UI is a little bit cluttered, but I mean, a lot of MMOs have UI issues, so it's not something that is exclusive to this game. I can't even sometimes, guys, with the monsters in this game.
祝您健康.
This is an old Asian man crab. I can't even take this seriously right now. I can't. What is going on? Seriously, guys, the fact that I can take a quest from an animated piece of paper that looks like he has a very, very long history of substance abuse is probably one of the best parts of this game. Okay, so I'm up recording this much later than I would have wanted to otherwise, because this is the last day that I'm gonna be able to play this on PC. So I figure it is the perfect opportunity. Oh my god, that guy's face and head and mustache and everything about him. Wow. But this is gonna be the last opportunity I have to get any footage for this game for the PC version of Onigiri. So I figure I might as well attempt to get a little bit more before it shuts down. Now, I've been playing it for multiple days now. I still don't understand why it's shutting down, really. But apparently I just made it to a... Okay, that's a thing. Apparently I just made it to a brand new, oh my god, what is he doing with his eyes? Apparently I just made it to a brand new town. I didn't know that there were more than one town in this game, so the the first starting town is packed with people. This is only the... This is the second player I've seen in this entire town thus far. So, I mean, apparently that's an outfit. It's really not much of one, but it's an outfit. Oh look, I found Mrs. Sixanai in game. She's the tiny little adorable frog, and I'm the giant fat one.
I am not the frog.
You're the adorable little frog. She says she's not a frog, but she's just shy. Doesn't want you guys to know what she really looks like. Since you know, we've never done a face reveal. I cannot begin to fathom what this guy is doing. Oh my god, it's like a sad monk. Oh, okay. These monk guys play pretty much like your average PvPer in games. They hit you and then they just run away, almost indefinitely. So we have a giant scrotum. We have a little hamster samurai. And what I can only explain as probably what I look like without all of this makeup on. So I seem to have encountered a bug that has removed the navigation from my screen, which can probably be resolved by simply relogging into the game. But at the same time, I feel like it's not really necessary. I have explored everywhere I can explore up until level 20. I made it to a new region. I made it to a new town. I have seen, I mean, I'm not gonna say I've seen an extensive amount of what the game has to offer, but I've seen plenty of what the game has to offer on the way from level 1 to 30. I have run through countless different instances. I have fought a variety of different monsters, and honestly, at the end of the day, I still do not understand why this game is shutting down on PC. I get that it might just not have much of a PC community. This game is going to still remain online for, I think it's PlayStation platform. I think this game is going to remain online on the PlayStation platform, which means that it is not going to shut down forever just for PC players that are willing to download and play it. Now, at the end of the day, this game, it looks pretty good still. I know this game was released a while ago, but the character models themselves look really good. The textures for the outfits, on the other hand, look really bad. The weapons themselves look kind of bad. The special effects look, they're passable for an anime MMO. And at the end of the day, this is an anime MMO, so it is to be expected that, you know, it is going to be of much lower quality than the majority of other MMOs. They always seem to be. Honestly, I'm not really sure if I need to necessarily elaborate on what was good or what was bad about the game, since this is pretty much only going to be playable for people that own a PlayStation in the very near future. But I figure I'll just take a moment here to address both the pros and the cons from what I experienced. Now, the combat was very, very ping reliant. I noticed that there was probably about a half a second to maybe a second delay between all of my actions when engaging enemies. That is the difference between successfully dodging an attack and getting hit by the attack and dying. And I got hit by a lot of attacks, unfortunately. The graphics are okay. They're nothing great. I'd say they're about average for an anime MMO. I like the fact that my character isn't a little chibi girl. She's an actual character that looks like a woman, and I am very pleased to see that. From what I've seen, there's plenty of customization in the game. There's still a fairly active player base. The game itself is fairly repetitious, and that's to be expected because this is a hub-based dungeon crawling MMO. So I wouldn't really expect anything different. Now, at the end of the day, would I play this long term? I would not. There are better games out there like Phantasy Star Online 2, and definitely New Genesis as well, Soul Worker Online, Vindictus, and these are all going to be playable on the PC as well, as opposed to this, which is again going to be a PlayStation exclusive. pretty much henceforth, this is the last time I will ever play this game because I do not record games on my console. I record everything on my computer or on my phone, but it was still a great way to end episode 3 of MMO Nostalgia. So hopefully you enjoyed episode 3, and I will see you guys tomorrow in whatever video is going live tomorrow, or in episode 4.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make